This week, we're back at the bar with 2 challenges to win you free beer. This episode of Scam School brought to you by Jack Threads. Welcome to the show that is now a part of this complete breakfast. Scam School, the only show dedicated to social engineering at the bar and on the street. I'm your host, Brian Brushwood, and this week we're back at the bar with puzzles and challenges to win you free beers. Let's check them out. Holy cow, we have 8 bajillion people here. Real quick, names.
Camille. Alyssa.
Brendan.
Max. Sarah.
You guys are you're like the chipmunks. That was awesome. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. I got 2 puzzles for you. One of them is easier than the other. I was able to figure out one, I was not able to figure out the other. And I'll tell you a warning, and this goes out to all the viewers at home. With the puzzle tricks, it's like a logarithmic progression. The more people you have trying to solve it, the greater the odds are that they're gonna stumble across the answer. So this may be a total bust, and you guys may instantly solve both of these puzzles, in which case I'll be very sad, but you guys will look very smart. So that's always good. So for this, you can use toothpicks, you can use matches, you can use straws, but you set up a little tic-tac-toe pattern, and we're gonna use this pattern for both of the puzzles. The first challenge is to take these 6 quarters and lay them out within the grid, only 1 per box, such that there's never 3 in a row. Maybe you guys could take turns too. Go ahead and start trying it out.
Well, Camille's an engineer, so...
We'll have to say that again, though.
So, okay, all 6 of those, for example, like if you did this, you would lose the challenge because you have 3 in a row,
okay.
Right? But you might be able to do something like that, you know? Does that make sense? Because you only have 2 in a row. But you got to get all 6 of them on there within those rules. And get hands-on with it. Feel free to mess around. Here's one.
So there's 9 squares, and there's 6 quarters.
Right.
Which means that there's a difference of 3.
I don't even, sure, yes. That sounded like math, if I'm not mistaken.
Now it's Camille's turn.
I love the way you're like the professor. You're like, well, if I'm not mistaken, 9 and 6, and that's a difference of 3. Take it away, Camille.
How about Max? Max can do it too, right?
I don't know about that.
Here, I'll put down 1, and you can put down the next.
Yeah, I'm not gonna punch you if you end up with 3 in a row.
Oh, please
there's
don't.
no penalty. No, that's it. Look at that. You got 3 in a row.
Why did you give me the hard part?
Here, go ahead, you guys. You can start over again from the top.
Okay, so we have a business major, and we have an engineer here. So we should be able to figure this out in about 24 seconds.
Wow.
Sure, at a very low cost, too.
But we haven't. But we haven't. I did my part. Okay. So you can't put 1 quarter in the same, or 2 quarters in the same square.
That's a very good point. No, you cannot. Each one has to be alone in its box.
I got us this far. Your turn.
You see, now you feel, you see, look at this. At this point, you can see you're screwed because if you're here, you have 3 in a row, here you have 3 in a row, here you have 3 in a row, and there you have 3 in a row. So that means you probably want to start from the beginning again.
I think I have an idea. You have an idea?
Oh, wait a minute.
you.
He's got the eye of the tiger. Go for it. Bring it.
Yeah.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner. There you go. Good job. Come on, let's have a talk. And I'm only saying this because I like you. You're a smart kid. You have a lot going for you. But the fact is, everybody's talking about you. Look, we think it's great that you like your Converse, your Stussy, your Kid Robot, your busted tees. That's all wonderful. What's killing us is that you're paying full price, man. Meanwhile, we're all hanging out over at Jack Threads where we get 80% off of the sweetest clothing out there. All these accessories and gadgets. It's like a magical club. And we're on the inside and you're on the outside, and we feel bad for you. Now, normally there's a giant fat line to get into Jack Threads, and to be honest, you normally wouldn't make the cut. However, Uncle Brian's got the hookup for you. You get on in, just head on over to jackthreads.com/scam. It's like you're pulling a scam getting past the line, so head on over to Jack Threads. That's all I got. So the first one was just a warm-up, right? Now you're in the zone. This is the one that I couldn't solve, but we got 5 very fine young minds who might be able to make me look stupid. The challenge is to move as few straws as possible, but you have to end up with 3 identical squares and no dangling extras. So right here we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 dangling extras. You have to have no dangling extras and have 3 perfectly even boxes.
Well, let's,
Even squares?
Sure. So that's 1. That's 2.
Would it be like a box inside of a box, you know?
try
Got
it.
those extra dangling
Well, I
ones.
feel like I would need to start over.
Go ahead and start over. You can restart.
Okay, what are those ones where you like put a square inside of a square?
I think those are just called squares inside of squares.
How do you do that though?
But they also have to be all the same size though.
Yeah, that's true.
So you can't really put one inside the other.
Okay, somebody else go for it.
This is, and what I like about this is I don't say exactly you can use so many moves. I just say in as few moves as possible, and then that way someone can set a baseline and do it like in 8 moves, and someone else can do it in 4 moves, and it keeps on going down from there.
Can I move all these?
Sure,
away?
well that would be 3 moves, right? So that'd be 1, 2, 3 if you want to move over here. 4, yeah. 5, there you go.
No, still not.
Now there's a dangling.
Wait.
Oh, see?
There you go. So that would be in total. So in other words, you left this middle square the same, and you just removed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right? So that would be 8 moves to cause it. So can anyone beat 8 moves? Now we have a baseline.
Fewer than 8 moves, Max.
I got nothing.
What if you did
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, now we're down to 6 moves. Not bad. Not bad. All right, so who can beat 6 moves? Or are you convinced? Like, tell me when you're convinced, like, that's it. There's no more efficiency to be had. All right, you guys ready to get off the hook on this one?
Yes,
I could
Brian.
do it in 3 moves. You ready? And what's funny is, you guys almost had it. The very first moves that she made were the first 2 correct moves. The first thing you did was you moved this here and this here. That's 2 moves, and it left you with 3 squares and 2 danglers. And if you had just done 1 more move, isn't that great? Every time I've tried this on somebody, they've gotten dangerously close. They've gotten right to this moment, and then for some reason, they don't see just that 1 move. So remember, you can set this up as you've got to do it in exactly 3 moves, or again, I prefer much more to say in as few moves as possible, so that somebody starts with the baseline and it keeps getting smaller and smaller, but nobody would believe that you could do it in only 3. Sound good?
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, toast me then. Let's get this happening. Yeah. Thing to remember when you're doing a puzzle like this is that sooner or later you might get busted. If that happens, don't spaz out, be cool, just go ahead and buy them a beer and plan to make it up on the back end later on in the evening. Of course, we want to thank the folks who sent in these puzzles, and if you want to suggest your favorite bar scam, write me directly at brian@revision3.com. Hey, why don't you and me be best friends on Facebook? I'm at fb.com/schwood, and of course you can follow the show at fb.com/scamschool. Now don't miss next week, because while other podcasts might teach you how to kill 2 birds with 1 stone, we're the only one that'll teach you how to get stoned with 2 birds. Lovely ladies.